what do you believe will be the top priority facing the new school board when they take over after the general election?
Okay, I think the first top priority, which is a no-brainer, guess what it is? Fiscal conservative, making sure that we get our finances in order and that we get this district stable. And then I think going into the next board is going to deal with that, a continuation of making sure we're stable financially. However, I think with our new superintendent and with the state and Dave Bullock and the audit, I think that's going to be the easy part. But I think is going to be the easy part for the next cycle of school board members. But I think the thing that we're going to have to be aware of as we start this next cycle of school board is the curriculum. In other words, there is this wave all across the United States, North Carolina, everywhere, to make sure our curriculum is more liberal. Liberal simply meaning the DEI, liberal simply meaning pushing LGBTQ+++ and all the other letters. And so when the next school board is seated, they are going to have to be very aware of curriculum. And then also they're going to have to be very aware of how things are navigated in the system of Forsyth County School Board. I'm currently on the school board. I see Susan, I see Steve. And it has taken us 4 years to understand how do you navigate when it comes to the policy committee? How do you navigate when it comes to the curriculum? How do you navigate when it comes to finance? How do you navigate when it comes to building and grounds? Because what I think some people don't understand until you get on the school board, that there are folks that lean left, there are folks who don't lean left, they are left, and they understand how to navigate the systems that are in the school board. Hope that makes sense. Yes. Okay.
All right, thank you, Pastor Barr. And this is on me, so this is not on you. I was trying to give a signal, so I guess I need to come up with a signal ahead of time to let you know, hey, this is 15 seconds.
Okay.
So going forward, if I raise my hand, point to you, that's the signal for the 15 seconds coming up. But great answer, and thank you for that.
Well, so, I'm a pastor, so you have to get in front of me and say, stop.
Hey.
Unless we're receiving tithes and offerings, you keep going.
That's right, you keep that train going, right on going. All right, so question 2. If elected, do you agree your responsibility as a school board member includes monitoring the school system's finances each month and taking corrective action if needed? And let me reset your time and go.
Yes, exactly. Making sure that we have those accountability processes and procedures that are in place. And Jamal, some people say if you're on the school board, what will you do concerning the financial types of things that occur? How do I know that you are the school board member that we need? Well, you know what? I can tell you what I'm going to do. I can tell you how I'm going to do it. I can tell you when I'm going to do it. Or you can go to my booklet that says, vote for Robert Barr. He said the hard things. You can go to that. You can take your camera and you can scan the QR code and you can see exactly what will I do, what will I say if things become difficult, which simply means, like I did before, I publicly called for the termination of the CFO. I publicly said that I did not believe in his position as being our CFO. I publicly called for the termination of our superintendent. So if you want to know what I would do, this is what I would do.
All right, thank you. Question 3. What actions should the school board take to rebuild trust of parents, taxpayers, and staff?
Well, I can tell you what we're in the process of doing is that we're in the process of establishing an external audit committee. Have you guys heard about that committee? You know what? We decided that we needed some type of outside committee to make sure that that it's just not people on the inside looking at the Forsyth County School Board money and process, but we need some people on the outside. So we've established an external audit committee. And these are folks that we trust when they fill out the application, go through the process, that these are proven businessmen and businesswomen that understand how finances work, that understand how auditing work, that specifically understand how North Carolina finances work. And I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this name, but I'm hoping that Donnie Lambeth will be on this external committee. I'm hoping that Dale Falwell will be on this external committee. I'm hoping we get some strong conservative financial people that will be on this committee. And then also one of the things that we will do and that we're currently doing is that we normally have our finance committee meetings. I think it's the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. But I'm recommending that we have those finance committee meetings, or at least a portion of them, during our public full board, so that everyone can see, is videotaped, exactly what we're doing, what type of decisions that we're making financially. And then also we're looking at now, like never before, the budget to actual, to make sure if the budget says we are supposed to have, we're dealing with, let's say $180 million, that when it comes up the next month in a finance committee meeting, we can see exactly where we are with that, budget to actual. And then because of all the things, is it time for me to stop?
You have 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. That's it. Hey, don't forget, vote for Robert Barr. He said the what? The hard things.
All right, thank you, Pastor Barr.
Okay.
Question 4, and this is a long one, so.
And I trust I won't be first again.
Well, because you said that, I'm going to make sure that you're first next time. All right, so again, bear with me. This is a kind of a long one. The enrollment in WSFC schools has been decreasing. A public school enrollment projection commission by WSFC schools from 2026 through 2033 has enrollment projected in our county public school system continue to decrease. And this increase is going to be under 51,000 to under 45,000 in 2033. How will you work to make sure that the schools are more desirable for parents to enroll their children in? And I can repeat that if you need me to.
No, I think I got it, which is a miracle.
Yes, sir. With me.
You know what, I think when it comes to public schools that we've operated like a privileged type of individual. In other words, we feel like we should not have any competition, and that all the students of Winston-Salem and Forsyth County schools belong to us. And I think that perception is having to shift. In other words, we now have charter schools, we have choice schools, we have private schools, we have, Christian schools, all types of schools. So what I want to push for with our superintendent and with the next board is that we're going to have to become more entrepreneur. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to have to become more business-minded. We've got to find out what is it that our parents want, what is it that they want for their child, and then we're going to have to develop the curriculum. We're going to have to develop the whole process around like a business does, Of course. What's a business that's out there? Good Lord, Amazon, God help us. But anyway, Amazon, I want to say my favorite place, Target, my wife's favorite place, Target. You know what, they have models where they say, these folks are coming in for this specific types of things. So as a public schools, we got to get out of this mindset. I almost want to call it almost a bureaucratic, privileged, welfare mindset, is that these kids are coming to us. Well, things have shifted. These kids may not come to us. So guess what we're going to have to do? We're going to become more entrepreneurial. We're going to have to become more business sense. We're going to have to go out and get our parents and say, you come to Winston-Salem and Forsyth County schools because we offer X, or we offer Z, or we offer all these different things. So in other words, we are going to have to become more competitive. When in years ago, board members, the school system could just sit back and say all the kids are coming to us, and all the kids are not coming to us. That's why we have the decline, because we used to be 55,000, I think, in 2014. Now I believe you said we're like 48,000.
About 51,000 right here, according to my stats.
Yeah, and soon that's going to drop if we don't get out of this, here comes a bad word, if we don't get out of this democratic mindset that these folks belong to us, and they don't.
Thank you, Pastor Barr. And here's a quick follow-up question before you go on. And I'm not even going to put a timer on this one because this one's kind of written in. Who does the superintendent report to?
Oh, that's easy. Yes. Susan Miller just gave me the answer. All right. The superintendent reports to the board. And when you look at all the legal policies and processes, the school board does not per se have authority over the housekeeper, over the janitor, over the CFO. Legally, we have authority over the superintendent whom we can hire and we can fire. And that's why if you go back and you look at this booklet, you would see that I did my utmost, even though she's a nice lady, but I did my utmost to get the board to fire her publicly.
Thank you, Pastor Barr. Question 5. What criteria?
Excuse me, not fire, terminate. How's that? Okay.
Either one.
Okay.
You know exactly what you're talking about. What criteria will you use to evaluate the performance of the current superintendent and senior level staff of the Forsyth County school system?
I think that's simple. We've got to look at performance. You know, in the business model, you are rated based on your performance. So this superintendent who is now in our school system, he's going to have to be evaluated based on performance. What are those performance criteria? Number one, how are we doing financially? Are you keeping up with the budget? Are we in the black, or are we in between the black and red, or are we in the red? We've got to look at student performances. How are our pre-K all the way up to 12th grade? How are they doing? Are we making growth? Are we barely making growth? How many schools do we have on the failing list, on the D list, on the C list, on the B list, on the A list? I think basically the answer to that, Jamal, is that it's going to have to be just like a business model, the performance. Are you doing what you said that you were going to do? And you know, as a pastor, I love people. I really genuinely like people. But sometimes I saw where board members got caught up with people's personalities. They could not separate, I like you, but this is a business. And either you do what you're supposed to do, and you can stay, or if you don't do what you're supposed to do, even though I like you, you're going to have to go.